Smart Communications is the leading provider of next-gen customer communications management and forms transformation software. This demo will walk through a first notice of loss using the Smart Communications Smarter Conversations Management Platform. Through intelligent questioning, a diverse data integration framework, workflow capabilities, and enterprise-grade document generation, we will showcase how we help provide an all-around better customer and agent experience while remaining compliant and secure. Our dashboard can meet the marketing and branding standards of your organization, including logo and color scheme. As a claims agent, I receive a call from a customer who's been in a car accident. I select my policyholder, which is surfaced from my system of record, and initiates the interview. John Murphy's information has been pre-populated as part of the interview based on what we already know about him as a customer. I pick which vehicle was involved in the incident, another live connection to a system of record that surfaces all of the cars associated to this particular policyholder. When I click the Submit button, an email with a link and an access code will be sent to John Murphy, inviting him into the data collection process so he can perform his portion at a time of his choosing and on any device. Now John Murphy picks up the interview on his mobile device. You'll notice the call to action button and an access code, and is redirected to a screen that allows him to enter in the code and access the interview to complete. John's information has been pre-populated again, including his name and address. This saves John time as he doesn't have to fill in information you should already know about him as a customer. You'll notice on the interview there are fields that are read-only and areas which can be updated as editable text boxes. John notices an old address and easily updates. By selecting Yes, the platform has been told to push data back into the system of record through a data integration, ensuring the latest information is pushed back into the system of record once the transaction is complete. John can now tell us a little more about the accident, including how many people were involved. I can ask dynamic questions based on the answers, meaning he only sees questions relevant to his previous answers. We have our pick list of who's insured on the policy, and Jane was the one involved in the accident, and it happened on August 24th at 12:20. If 2 or more cars were involved in the accident, you see a new set of questions asking about the other driver. Smart Communications Conversation Platform allows for repeating pages or sections where you can collect one to many pieces of information, in this case, drivers. John can also upload a photo or take a picture from his phone, making it easier to provide his first notice of loss information from any device. He can even stop the interview and pick it up on another device without losing any information. Once submitted, that photo is now part of the transactions and can be included in an e-signature package or passed to your content management solution to archive. A standard fraud statement is included, and now I can complete the claim. The transaction has been passed to the claims agent, so he or she can complete their portion of the business process. When I refresh the claims agent dashboard, I can see John Murphy's transactions available to act on. We can now take the data that was collected through the interview process and return a draft of the first notice of loss, and the claims agent can perform post-generation edits prior to it going out. The Smart Communications Draft Editor allows you to make those post-generation edits in a protected manner, meaning I can only change specific items based on my role within the organization. Items that are low-lighted in gray, for example, I can't edit that content. However, I can make changes in content that has a white backdrop. These personal touches, again, show the customization and personalization that customers expect when engaging with their insurance agency. This single template can also be used across multiple channels, brands, and languages, allowing you to reach the customer where and how they want to engage. The choice list, again, allows you to include external content like photos, which will now be included in the customer-facing documentation. I can also preview the document and view with my post-generation changes. With our workflow capability, I can collaborate with others, routing to, say, my manager once I've made updates. Updates are made here in track changes with an audit trail to understand from a compliance standpoint when and where somebody has made updates. When I hit submit, a draft is rendered in its final format. In this case, it'll be a PDF that is emailed to John, but the same template could be used to send output in any channel, like SMS, email, or print. The dashboard is also refreshed, and John Murphy's transaction is no longer there, leaving your agents to quickly start work on their next transaction. Today we showed how easy it is to provide a better experience for customers and your agents through a first notice of loss experience. But Smart Communications serves hundreds of customers across insurance, financial services, and other regulated industries. Contact us today and learn why 50% of the top 20 global insurers rely on smart communications to help them scale the conversation.